Okay. Agenda stand approved is presented. Let's go ahead and open up the meeting. Okay, Ellie.
Henry County Commission, Henry County, Missouri, Thursday, May 29th, 2025, 17th day of the April term. The Henry County Commission met pursuant to adjournment at the courthouse in Clinton, Missouri. Those members present were Jim Stone, presiding commissioner, Mark Larson. I am reading the wrong minutes. Let's start over. Henry County Commission, Henry County, Missouri. Oh, that's the right one.
Third day, June.
No, I have May 29th open. My apologies.
Oh.
I won't hold it against you.
You guys would have been really lost in just a minute when I started reading.
Yeah.
You would have been like, I had
We
the wrong-
wondered where you was.
Yeah, I had the wrong one open. Okay, let's
Okay.
try that again.
All right.
Henry County Commission, Henry County, Missouri, Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025, 18th day of the April term. The Henry County Commission met pursuant to adjournment at the courthouse in Clinton, Missouri. Those members present were Jim Stone, presiding commissioner, Mark Larson, North District Commissioner, Jake Bradley, South District Commissioner, Kelly Merritt, County Clerk. At 9:01 a.m., Commissioner Stone brought the meeting to order. The agenda was approved as presented. The minutes from the Thursday, May 29th, 2025 meeting were read. Commissioner Bradley made a motion to approve the minutes. Commissioner Larson seconded the motion. Motion carried. Expenditures from the following departments were approved to be paid. Law Enforcement GR, County Clerk, Jury Pay, Court Administration, Recorder of Deeds, Buildings and Grounds, Circuit Clerk, Road and Bridge, Assessor, 27th Circuit Treatment Court, Inmate Security Fund, Law Enforcement Training. The Recorder of Deeds fee sheet for the month of May was reviewed and approved. Commissioners discussed the courthouse roof. There are shingles that need to be replaced and some old HVAC pipes that need to be removed. Chris Worsig, Maintenance Supervisor, has received quotes from 2 companies. Discussion then led to drainage issues on the courtyard and in the moat and various other maintenance projects that need done in the courthouse. Jim Sublett, Assistant Emergency Management Director, attended the meeting to address the commissioners regarding the emergency operations plan for Henry County. The state requires the county update the EOP every year. Jim has asked commissioners to sign the documents to update the plan with the state for 2025. There were no changes from 2024. Commissioners signed the document. Jim also discussed a grant for storm shelters. The only grant available is the Hazard Mitigation Grant. He stated it is a very competitive grant. He shared he's gotten quotes from companies for storm shelters. The grant expects you to use a local state of Missouri company. Jim shared that dealing with Casinger has been a godsend to the emergency management department. Jim shared Henry County has a 17.8% chance of having an EF1 or larger tornado. They are looking to put a community storm shelter within the county that will house 150 people. It would be a FEMA-approved storm shelter. The total cost would be around $125,000. And the grant would take care of 75% of the cost. The county would be liable for 25%. Jim shared that he has had individuals state that they would like to help cover the county's cost of the shelter. Jim would like commissioners to think about it, talk about it, and get back to him. At 10:02 a.m., commissioners met with Brett Kane with Great River Engineering to update them on the bridge being built on Northwest 400 Road in White Oak Township. The contractor is planning on backfilling, placing guardrail, and adding a rock blanket next week. There have been several rain delays, flood delays, and theft, but they feel confident that they are still on track for the opening at the end of the month. Dennis Bowers, Road and Bridge Supervisor, shared that they actually started backfilling yesterday. Dennis stated that each time he has been up there, the crew has been working. He stated that if the county had to give grace with a week or two, that it should be done with no penalty to the contractor. Dennis updated the commission on the road inventory project. He also shared what he had found out from MoDOT regarding ordinances. Dennis shared last Friday, they put a culvert in at Northwest 801 Road and Highway 18 in Davis Township. MoDOT had stated they could not get to it for at least a year, so Dennis worked with them to get it in. MoDOT supplied the pipe, Davis Township paid for the rock, and the county put it in. It was something that had to be done due to it washing out the road. Dennis also updated commissioners on other projects the Road and Bridge Department are working on, including Southeast 450 Road in Leesville Township and Southwest 1601 in Walker Township. At 10:25 a.m., Commissioner Bradley made a motion to go into closed session via RSMO 610-021-1 to discuss legal matters. Commissioner Larson seconded the motion. Motion carried. At 10:39 a.m., Commissioner Larson made a motion to end closed session. Commissioner Bradley seconded the motion. Motion carried. At 10:40 a.m., Commissioner Larson made a motion to adjourn the meeting. Commissioner Bradley seconded. Motion carried with a roll call vote. Larson, yes. Bradley, yes. Stone, yes.
That sounds more like the matter.
Make a motion to accept minutes.
Second. Motion been made and seconded to accept the minutes as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
You also have closed minutes in front of you.
Okay. Try to do that.
They're pretty big. It
Did
was a
y'all
quick
already read them?
conversation.
I read. Make a motion to accept the closed minutes.
Motion been made and seconded to approve the closed minutes, meeting, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried.
Jake, you made the motion.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Come right up. Got out of that, got back into the agenda. Works fine once you get it started. Okay. Looks good. Wait till you, Rick will have a ball on me. I'll give it some guff. You'll hear about it. Hmm?
Cell phone booster was high.
Signal booster. Shoo, shoo, shoo.
You all approved that purchase. Mark's gone though, so it won't be installed till next week.
Okay.
Mm.
That'll be a benefit to a lot of offices though.
If it works down there, it'd be
Yeah,
great.
juvenile,
'Cause we-
pretrial release, I mean.
We've
it doesn't
had
just
a lot of
affect-
problems down here.
Yeah.
Well, not about the same as a AT&T bill.
Yeah, that's true.
The deputy.
That's true.
Well, one lick.
It's all right. As long as it helps, it's a one-time deal.
You're not bored yet, are you down
That's
there?
6, huh?
So in your ordinance, commissioners have to approve the applications for Senate Bill 190 senior tax freeze.
Okay.
These need, I guess, just glance that. By the time they get to Jim, they'll get a stamp on the front. I don't know the best way to do this.
To do what now? By the
These have to
time?
be approved by the
Approve
commissioners.
them.
So if you guys could do your best to keep them in order. Rick has them in alphabetical order.
Okay.
I don't know how you want to do this. But there you go. There's the
Thank
first
you.
stack.
Kelly, are we needing,
Well,
Kelly, you want us to sign this?
Yes, it needs to be signed, please.
Okay.
Thanks, Jake,
you're welcome.
for catching that.
It's too far.
Oh, I go right by that.
Get your stamp ready, Jim. You're about to burn it up.
What?
So get your stamp ready. You're about to burn it up.
I may have to have ink. You take the big one or the little one? I think it takes the big one.
It really so short. Say there's a page underneath there to sign.
Bless you. Thank you.
I do have one question, Kelly.
I may be able to answer it, sir.
I'll answer my own question. Never mind. Never
I
mind.
like when that happens.
You forget his question.
No, he answered his own
Oh, he
question.
did?
I don't get that lucky that often.
You take him back down there and tell Rick, say, Rick, you used to never keep that stuff
Okay.
off that car.
Yeah.
What did you have to sign off anything?
No,
Just look at it?
just look at him.
Okay. So if you take
This
it here
one's gonna
and I
have
flip
to
it
be
back over
redone.
like that, will be,
Tight wide tees.
No.
Dennis wrote take off
Leave it
Oh,
down when you get
tax
to
and
Jim
pay.
because
Gosh,
then when
we
Katie
didn't take
gives
the
it to
tax
her,
off.
the tax was
all
in
she
the
gets is
down,
turn
so.
it.
Boy,
It went through three of you.
Kill us.
I didn't notice it. Dale been here.
Yeah,
Dale
we don't
would-
have that.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
give
no,
that here. I'll
You don't need any more.
point that out there on the north side.
Give it here. Oh, sure.
All right, hey.
It should have been sales
All
tax and
Hey,
pay.
hey, hey,
Down, down,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah. Y'all ain't checking your invoices.
What did we miss?
2786, sales tax.
Just for the record, Jim didn't either. I caught it.
How you doing, man?
I just pointed it out. Dale would have called it the north side. He always is first.
You
thing.
trying to put pressure on me now?
No, him. Anyway, I missed it also.
Okay.
So we'll redo that one.
Yep, yeah, there we go. I screwed up too. I just missed it. I can't believe. Have y'all got the upside down or
If you flip it over right, it goes back into,
flip it over?
Leave it flipped over, and then when we give them to Kelly, all you gotta do is turn it up. All the
This is
whole
gonna be
batch.
next up.
Perfect.
That way Rick doesn't come up there.
I don't want to have to re-alphabetize his system because I don't understand his system right now.
Okay, now what
I'm
do I
gonna
need to
have Amy
stamp?
do this check while you guys are looking. You're gonna stamp right here in this blank section, right here. They want your stamp right here. I'm gonna run this check down to Amy so she can get it corrected.
You gonna be here a while.
Yeah.
No. Oh crap, every one of them will have initial too. God. And then I fold it back over after I'm done,
Just,
put them down like that.
yep, that way she'll just,
All right. shall happen. David Mary Young. Yep. Oh, gosh, what,
There's two. You're fine.
both of them?
Yeah. Or two different folders, sorry.
Well, as soon as you finish the first one, Jim,
Yeah.
just put it over on her side, upside down. That way they'll stay.
Just like this?
Yep, that's the way they came to you.
That's what I thought. Okay. Wood, okay. Canal trucks. Ron Williams. When they used to work for us.
Needless to say, they've been busy down there.
I have.
Hate to say it, it's affected all the offices down there but mine. Recorder's more busy because
Be
they're doing
quiet.
those warranty
You rabble
things.
things.
The assessor's office is
Jinx yourself.
busy. Well, I helped some folks yesterday fill one out because Rick had a line, so I just help when I can.
Now, the next time, next year, when they come back in to sign up, they won't have to do all of
Right,
this.
right.
Just the,
Just that application page is
Just
my
the top
understanding.
page.
And Rick even said they wasn't even gonna have to have a notary at that point. It would
Yeah.
just be a,
yeah.
kinda like, are there any changes? No, you know,
Right.
they don't have to go through this whole process every time.
Joe caught this mistake.
Should we find out what her question is?
As you go through, as you might,
You know what?
Because we got ahead of
Yeah,
this
this
back.
doing big.
Yeah,
You're fine, I just,
yeah,
I wanna know if there's anything, I work for the city of Windsor and I'm the
Yeah.
codes officer.
Mhm.
And we do the cleanup for the city, and our ordinance says that it will be put on the taxes if they don't pay the bill. But the county, clerk here says that she may or may not, so she chooses not, or he, I don't know what it is, my boss talked to him, that they won't put it on the taxes. So the city's gonna get stuck with all these bills if the people don't pay them, which a lot of them are vacant houses that are gonna be sold on the courthouse.
Did you file a lien?
We can
Yeah.
file a lien, I mean,
That's
but
probably
it's not gonna
be-
go until they sell them, until, to collect that lien is gonna be hard to do.
Well, they can't sell it until the lien's satisfied.
They sell them through the courthouse,
And see, if it sells on the courthouse step, does that,
and the lien doesn't show up, so
No.
then they're gonna find out, like, we just did one cleanup and we took 120 yards of trash out of this guy's backyard.
yeah.
So it's got probably a $5,000 bill on it.
I think you guys need to talk to Rick about this, because that's an optional thing
That
that
was
his
a-
office can
Yeah.
do. He is not
Hey, it's not-
required to
I
do
already
that.
We'll have to talk to the
Yeah,
collector.
you had
Yeah.
called me,
Yeah,
because I had called Rick, and what Rick told me is they actually have the option to do that. It's never been done, I guess, he
They've got
said.
the option, they choose not to, and that's
Yeah.
what, the city ate the bills for the last 2 or 3 years, and I just started over there. I worked at Grandview, and we always sent them Jackson County, just put it right on the tax bill, I mean, it was just a number you write on there, and it goes on it for the cleanup. But they're not doing it here, so then the citizens, that money's gonna come out of what would work for them on streets and stuff. And it's
Well, then
always
how they
open.
get paid?
So that'd be
I was
something.
always under the impression that if you've got a lien on a,
Hey, it's,
you can't, the lien is satisfied first,
yeah,
and then
but it
You're
don't
able
work.
to
back
sell.
tax.
They'll work like that.
It doesn't
I've had
work
that.
So you may not
Oh,
collect
really?
it.
You won't know about it until after you get it. And somebody comes up, digs up, don't they?
yeah, if you buy something
That's-
back
that's odd.
taxes, you can't do nothing
Yeah.
to it for a year, because they've got the opportunity to come back
Yeah.
and buy it, pay the taxes and everything
Mhm.
on it. But if there's a lien on it, that would mean
But the lien, I,
I think you guys need to talk to Rick.
Lien
Okay.
doesn't, the lien doesn't do anything.
the big
except
thing is
as far as-
collecting for it.
Yeah. As
And-
far as them
and
selling
how they
things,
collect,
it just goes
Because
with the
now we're a
property.
collection for doing all the cities. Because Clinton's the same way. That way I understood.
well, I'm gonna go Kelly. I think we ought to talk to Rick and see what we
Yeah.
can do to help.
Gonna have to. I mean, he's the one that's gonna be responsible for
And
it.
I don't think he's willing to,
No.
because then he's going, doing all of that for all of these, entities. I'm not
But
gonna
that's the only
speak
way these
for
little
him.
towns are gonna
Right.
get cleaned up, because
Yeah.
like Calhoun, they won't do anything because they have no way to collect the
Mhm.
money.
No.
So that town's falling down, looks horrible. And Windsor was getting the same way, and it's probably gonna go back to that because we're running up, they've never had somebody that does the job there
To
No.
clean it.
on a regular.
I mean, I think
Right.
we're gonna have to talk to Rick.
Yeah.
It's just gonna end up being problems, and it's causing problems with, like I say, like Calhoun. Calhoun looks horrible, but they have no way to do anything because they can't collect the money
Yeah,
to clean
I
it
know
up, and it's.
I know what
all
you're
this-
saying.
Yeah, all these other big towns are gonna be, Deepwater's the same way, and they can't do anything either because they have no way to collect it if they won't put it on the taxes.
kinda
They
like-
said it's just in the job description, it says may or may not, so if they
Yeah.
change the job description to put shall collect, or shall put it on there or something. if
Then it's gonna
somebody
have to be for all the cities, municipalities,
has-
and
Right,
I don't, there comes a point in time, how much can you do?
yeah,
And,
but in reality,
I text him to see if he
Yeah.
can come on.
Okay.
I don't know how much it would be on the different cities once they get them cleaned up, if they even choose to now, because they're so bad, a lot of them won't even choose to, I'm sure. Calhoun's probably pretty bad that they won't do it. And Deepwater's
Well, I know
the
with
same way.
Calhoun personally, a lot of the times the people didn't want
Yeah.
their stuff.
Cleaned up.
Well, because it's their stuff.
Now, when they do it the same way in Windsor, they don't want it, but the neighbors that live next door that have a really nice house, they don't want it there either. They don't want the rats and the snakes
Sorry.
and stuff, so.
I,
It's kind of a catch-22, and plus it lowers the property values. If we've got two people trying to sell a house across from the house that was horrible, nobody buy their houses, because of what was across the street, because it ends up being drug houses and they don't wanna live next to it.
Did Rick reply back or?
No, not yet.
this is back taxes, right? Is that what you're saying?
Well, they just put it
Well,
on the
it'll
tax
be,
bill.
you have to put it
Instead
on
of
the tax
They
bill.
put it on the tax
And the
bill.
thing is, like I say, the city of Clinton, and if I remember that,
They must be busy.
and run into that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did, that's what
And
Rick
she wouldn't
said.
do it, cause
So-
then they want us to be the collectors.
So, yeah,
They don't care.
let me ask
And,
this.
and then it's up to us then to put the lien on, I guess, the way I understood that.
They
I
just
don't
put it
know.
on the taxes, and they don't pay the taxes, they
But
go.
see, then we
They
put
can
it on the
sale.
taxes, but then we gotta try to figure out how you're gonna get it.
Well,
Right.
so if we put it on their tax bill, they don't pay their taxes, it goes to courthouse steps anyway.
Right,
So how is it that we still can't, I guess my
that's the way
first
Jackson
question
County did
is,
it, they just put it
is
on tax bill.
why,
then when they
if it
buy the
goes to
property-
courthouse steps,
When it's,
do they not know that there's a lien on that? Because it would be no difference, you putting a lien on it, or the county putting a lien on it, apparently nobody knows there's a lien on it.
I think that's up to the
my question.
the
Well, the
people
county,
that's
when
wanting
they
to
did
buy
it-
it to find out.
In Jackson County, when they did it, and they put it on the tax bill, it went on the tax bill, so it was paid the same as the tax bill.
But
they
if
didn't
it's
pay
not
it.
paid, that's
If
what,
it's not paid, it sells on the courthouse, and then
so how do they know there's a lien on it? That's, walk it all the way out.
it's
Because
not a
the-
lien, it becomes part of the tax deal.
Yeah.
So it's part of the bill that is owed against the house when they sell it, like,
But you probably have to put on there somewhere on that tax bill that, you can't just willy-nilly throw something on a tax bill. It's gotta have a separate line item that says
What it's for.
what it's for.
yeah.
And I get all of that, but my question is, the root problem is, why do we not know anything that goes on the courthouse steps to be sold, why don't we know there's a lien on it?
They don't
Where's the
know.
holdup there?
They don't
So,
do a
so,
research, I don't think.
so previously, and I can't, I'm not in the
No,
collector's
I
office, I
get
don't
it.
know. When we do a back tax sale, Ann would say, there are liens on this, you need to check in, but she didn't
Yeah.
say specifically what those
What the
liens
liens were.
were.
Okay.
She would say, there are liens, you need to check with the recorder's office, blah, blah, blah,
So
or
then the-
whatever.
Just like the
those have to
city
be
then
paid
could
before
collect
you can
their
buy
lien.
it.
and they,
There's a law that changed 2 years ago that Rick was telling me about liens.
I was wondering about that.
So I think that's why I don't wanna
Okay.
speak on anything, because there
Okay.
has been some changes in the law on liens and, selling on the court.
See, I know
selling
buying-
that,
Back tax property
Yeah.
is different than just,
yes, and then once you sell it, the big thing is in these liens, then's when you can, if you ever get to them, because it's gotta be sold high enough to do it.
Well,
And then how do you separate the liens?
there's laws that's changed the
There's
just a
whole
lot
of laws that-
situation.
we'll have to visit with
You
Rick.
really gotta talk to
and-
Rick.
Probably need to find out the questions to those answers
Lynn.
before we go for too much further.
That's fine, I just didn't know where to start.
Yeah.
We start with Alderman at city, but I didn't know where.
Yeah. Well,
And I know that,
because all they can do is file a lien and get the property,
right,
and they really should do that.
You can file a lien and then sue them and get a judgment, and once you get a judgment, you've got it. You can collect your
And
money.
except for one thing,
a lot of times it costs you more than
So-
what.
yeah, if
Exactly.
you
My
get the property,
question
you
is-
probably have a lot more
So
liens again.
if we took on that liability as the
Yeah.
county collecting, then we're in, that's more money from the
We're
county
having to
Yeah.
put out.
to do the city's work. I'm not saying
no,
anything,
Yeah,
I'm just saying that's it, I
We're
think
gonna do
that's
one
where
more
you
stepping
see
on
it.
toes.
Yes.
Right,
And
and
you
then,
just gotta be careful for the
let
liability.
one thing happen and, that won't work. But the big thing is if your city files a lien, then actually the property the city's on the deal. Whenever we understand, just like here, when the property sells, then's when they can dive into their money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
don't
want to
wanna
say
say
yea or nay
Rick.
before we
And
can
I
talk to
don't wanna
Rick.
say.
Yeah.
There's Rick.
There's Rick, here he is. He'll know that,
Yeah.
he'll know the
Yeah.
verbiage of it. Come on, come on. Rick got a little question. On liens, the city of Windsor, they're doing a lot of cleanup. They're doing this cleanup and they're never getting paid because people don't pay them. And I presume then they'd have to put a lien on it. But what she is wondering about you putting it on the tax rolls, and I said, I know City of Clinton, I seems
no.
like was that.
The cities, all the cities are having a problem with that, and,
Yep.
Ian never did do it because of the liability that the county might face if something is done incorrectly, and
Yep.
in visiting with other collectors, they just kinda, they all say there is issues with doing that on the tax bills, so I wanna shy away from it too, I think. It's not something I'm really interested in.
Would the easiest thing be for them as the city to file a lien against it? But then, I mean, because the lien's only good until you sell it.
Right.
You can't do, I mean, you can't collect. So that's why I'm saying what you'd have to do is you actually would have to get an attorney involved to get a judgment on it. Then you've got it. But if you don't, I mean,
Yeah, so
and I get it,
pay-
if you've
you
spent
pay all
60,
those, yeah.
well, that's just it. You're probably gonna have to
I guess
find a
that'd go
lawyer
back
that
on
does
the
a
other people
bulk
too.
deal. I
It's
mean,
a
that's,
bad spot for the cities.
Yeah, we've never had, I worked at Jackson County and they just always put it on the tax bill. We never
There's
had
something
this
like
issue.
that,
Yeah.
But they're also, Jackson County's bigger, it'd be,
oh, yeah,
yeah, a whole lot.
Also,
they probably do a bunch
Jackson
of them at
County.
once.
Exactly, that.
Look what they got going right
Probably
now,
do a
down
bunch of them at once.
Jackson County.
Exactly.
They got a lot of lawsuits. They got
You
problems.
don't,
Well, they got
yeah,
the money to go, to put into it because they're gonna get the money back
right.
Yeah.
on the courthouse lawn or whenever they sell the
Yeah.
properties, so.
There is a new statute that was just passed last year that, at the back tax sale, when you, when another person buys your property,
Mhm.
all those liens drop off, even the state.
See, that's
Yeah.
so wrong in so many
Yeah,
ways.
so how's that?
I mean, that
gonna-
is, that's a
Well, I
really
mean, if-
stupid
if-
deal for the state to do.
It is,
Period.
but if the people that's buying it on the courthouse lawn, the people that already had it has lost it because they couldn't pay their taxes. I mean, you ain't gonna get any more money out of them.
Or they die, or we've got a lot of them that are
Yeah, I
in nursing
mean-
homes and.
They're kinda to the point where,
And I don't think that, if somebody if it goes to the back tax sale, I don't think you can include those
No.
liens on that tax sale.
I don't think,
Because
yeah,
you sell the property for what is owed on the taxes only. The liens would have to,
then they go again to new property.
right,
When you bought the property, that's when you better have your deed checked out.
That was previously, right? Because Ann would always say, there's liens on this, you need to check on it.
right.
But now with the new law,
The
that's
only
changed
liens
that.
that stay are federal.
Yeah,
Because
Okay.
everything from the state lien on
stick
down.
on.
Right,
It's kinda like bad checks.
So the only way you can get your money back by putting a lien on the property is when it sells
Yeah.
on a normal transaction.
Then you have to hear about it selling, because that's what happened here a while back. Remember, Rick, a couple of years ago, we had somebody come in after they'd sold the property, they found out there's lien against it. And this one company then, well, they wanted part of their money back. He was saying,
Yeah,
and they,
and only if there's a surplus.
that's right,
Paid, could you get that.
then you can get
But
so
now-
much. That's
now
right.
that falls out.
Yeah, that's, and I think that's some of the reasons why, because
I'm
there's a
not
big
sure
problem.
Why that law
I-
was passed and who introduced it for the reason for it, but it's new.
Mhm.
And it's new even after last year's back tax
Yeah.
sale, so it started the 28th, I guess, August 28th.
This will be
Because
the
whoever-
first year,
This is the
yeah.
first year of it.
Whoever's buying the property, if they're looking at that property to buy on a back tax sale, they really need to check out to see if there's any liens against it.
But he's saying there
That's what he
isn't.
said.
Well,
in the
now
new
they
law.
Not anymore,
Oh, well, they
So
can't
they
change,
can-
They would
they
be
can't,
liable for
yeah,
that.
but-
yeah.
oh, well, they wouldn't be liable anyway, would they?
Just for
Under
the
the
Not
new
with the
law,
new law.
they just lose it. then I don't know. Boy, that'd be a
As
mess.
far as, well, normally there's not a mortgage on it. The
Yeah.
mortgage companies make sure the taxes are paid on it.
Yeah.
We go through a foreclosure situation instead of going to a back tax sale.
Then they get it.
So it's mostly liens that's gonna be on those that would drop off. And the question is, how's it work? We don't know because it's a new law.
Right.
Well, that's what you got.
Huh.
I don't
So
know.
there's not a lot of teeth with the collectors, on the collector side to collect that.
That's why they're letting all these towns go to hell though, because they can't.
Yeah.
And that's what's gonna happen, because Windsor doesn't have the money to support it either,
Mhm.
and they're just not gonna be able to.
Yeah.
That's sad.
I understand, yeah.
It's tough.
See,
I totally understand.
Okay. I would-
Limited.
That's all we can say.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's just sad because
Yes,
all
it
these
is.
towns are gonna go to hell.
Is Calhoun still doing that citywide cleanup once a year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we still do it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Lots of participation.
Well, back whenever I lived over there, there was a lot of participation.
Yeah, Windsor does it too, we do it twice a year, but 90% of the stuff I think comes from out of town. They bring it in and say they live in the city limits and dump it, and fill up the dumpsters, and then everybody in the city's driving.
I need y'all's date then.
Yeah.
I got some stuff.
What date is
What
that?
day do you do that?
Or if they own a house in town, they think they can bring all their junk from out of town and.
Yeah, I know.
Fill up the dumpsters, so,
A lot of them bring it out and dump it on the county roads too.
oh, yeah. I live there. I know.
Especially shingles or anything like
I
that. They
live
like,
right, I used to live right behind here.
yep, they do.
So, okay.
Okay, thank you, Rick. Thank you.
Lynn, I met you at the Windsor View
Yeah.
With the,
Festival.
okay,
Oh,
I think you were talking to Sue last Winter.
all right.
We're working
Hi,
on your
Rick.
pile.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah,
We're working on
create
it.
more files for you.
Hey, it's all right if I mix some of them up if I
No.
miss some.
We're trying to keep them in order.
Yeah, please don't.
We're gonna have to start numbering
No,
these.
got him talking quick, didn't it?
That scared him.
Yeah, it scared him. Yes, sir. What?
Me?
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good
My name's
morning.
Steve Fisher, KCI Construction. I'm here to bid on the bridge.
Okay, that's good.
Yes,
That'll be a little bit, so,
Yeah, I
Well,
just
hang
sit
in
and
there.
watch. It's fun.
all right.
yeah, they are.
Okay.
Running a little bit early.
Yep, let's go. We gotta do a few little stamps here. See right now.
I
when
felt
we
bad
do
for you
these.
just sitting there watching us do this.
I may have to have you stack them up here. I'll have to do them one deer. All right, good. Richard Weber. Oh, I'll be done. That's, Buck, you don't need it. There's his, yep.
Rick and I had talked about that before with the cities, and I get it,
Mhm.
but the liability it puts on the county is not worth it.
Right.
Spend a lot of money chasing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, that's work on his office, but
Yep.
they're not receiving anything for, I mean, that'd be like, yeah, I'll take on that job, and then that's, you know. I think their contract is basically to collect taxes.
Yeah, a little bit.
What is these guys? I guess we're nice and more.
I'm afraid I'm pushing out of order. And that's
Don't.
all one kind of
Just-
thing.
Yeah,
That's
well,
just
yeah,
for the
that's why I
auditors
wanna
on
get
the minutes.
one at a
Just
time.
stamp
That
it.
would be best.
I can get by.
It might be a while before we.
Yeah, just stamp it.
Let's see. I was inside, I may have seen that doing something. It's gonna wear one, and the ink will be gone. Have we got plenty of ink up
We
there?
got plenty of ink in
I
the
was
building.
afraid you was gonna
It'll be all
say,
right.
I was afraid you was gonna say that. Please. Uh,
You guys are just getting started.
mhm. One sheet. Yep. One Schultz. I'm not gonna check all those. Did I get them right? Did I?
I might have got that mixed up.
Did I get them in
You
order?
guys do.
Did I? Huh? Did it all right?
I don't know, now my problem down the road.
You gotta give them one every
Hell,
now and then,
I'll-
right?
Kelly, you realize,
I'll
You-
glance
I'll
at
have
it
to
before I
say-
send them back.
oh, ah,
I'll help him out, I'll make sure they're all back in order before I send them back.
Like I said, I think I.
Dennis.
Don't look like that stack's getting any smaller.
Not-
Oh, yes.
Not quickly.
Any Ritter.
Amy
No, I know.
did that with,
Yep.
just sign it without the tax.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Mhm. And,
Moving right through.
Mhm.
We're moving right through. Sort of.
ah. Good morning, Lindsay. Or would you lay that in the side or what?
Then this will be the next one after that for you.
Oh, that's.
Is that for? Yes, I am. Jim Fisher, nice to meet you. Yes, sir. You're out of Kansas City? Yes. Nice to meet you. Jim Fisher. That's Spencer's working up there now? Yes. Yeah.
Just right here, the clerk.
5 years?
Get that bridge. Yep.
Thank you, yeah.
Right.
I know that.
We won't tell them that, no, I'm
Oh, no,
getting ahead.
tell him Jim Fisher said, I
That-
haven't seen him forever. I'll send some.
It's the only one I received, so.
Huh? That's-
One question in this. I didn't really think about this till last night. And then shut everything's, you know, straightforward, super straightforward. I got thinking, well, all that shit, top flood pool, true way. So just before we hand this thing off, like, you understand that we can't build it in the water.
Why not?
I don't do scuba gear, I don't do any of that, you know. If the lake gets super up, we get the lake. Yeah. Can't build it underwater. Although we went back and looked, I had to look, I was driving up here and I had the guy look and it's been a long time since it's been over 720.
Think about it, though.
Yeah.
It's been a long time close to him. Yeah, good, good. So this might be more for you. Jim Fisher, by the way, it's nice to meet you.
Dennis Patterson.
It's nice to meet you, Dennis. If it did like, it's saying the lake did get way out. And over there at the treatment plant, is it high enough where it don't get, like, the lake never gets in, I'm guessing, does it?
There's a couple spots like you can park equipment where it don't get under.
That's what I'm trying to, more somewhere, if we had to in a hurry, we can get,
Sorry.
dry it out.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Good enough for you, Kelly?
That's good enough for me.
Got all the papers going on.
Down a lot, oh,
Got a routine down.
yes. Yeah, what's bad is I know these people.
Jim, I wonder why.
Wonder why.
Maybe you hang out with the 62 and over crowd.
It could be. Golly. Look now. All the people, huh?
That's why I said over
Right, you know
here.
where the camera angle is.
I had to research it so I could find the best spot.
Dennis, what are you building right now?
Do what?
What are you building on right now?
Nothing right now, just got, waiting for beans to come in for West Division and, for Southeast 451. Once those beans come in, we'll get those two beans.
What are they expecting?
Are we half done?
Halfway, maybe.
One set's supposed to
Yeah,
be
they have
delivered, next week, another set. first-
How many did they think
Low one, yeah.
they're due? 2,000?
Be right, well,
Well, we're going, we maybe got 50.
be right up those beans.
Maybe.
Yeah, we're not half done.
And then,
Benny,
soon as,
this is a
they
shame.
award the on Southeast.
They're all gonna be dying, though.
Oh,
I guess that's the downside, huh?
You got more, I see.
Yeah. 9 minutes to go before there could be more.
God, yeah.
Should just south.
I'd like to say we'd be done, but I'm not sure.
So there's some neighborhoods over there, right?
You don't want to build that road yourself? Those three I'll be building myself. Yeah, I drove down that road and I went, looked at that bridge. There's pretty good chugs in it. We have that secret first, or this one here.
Yes, sure.
Should have been counting.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Hear from the camera, that's why he's scared.
Sit out of sight now.
Close your eyes. I can pull the closet chairs out.
Travis? I don't think we've ever met. It's good to finally put a face to the name. We've done a lot of business.
I can't see you.
Anyhow, so
There's your choice.
yeah, hang on.
That's why those chairs were in the closet.
Yeah, I can make faces. That's fun. Yeah, yeah. Or it's yeah, well, you know.
So, hold on.
You know what?
There, Clark.
Thanks.
Okay. This is right down the, that we're gonna
Curiosity,
read
what
out.
are you doing that check for?
Making sure that everything's signed.
I'm looking for signing license.
Yeah. Every once in a
Answers
while.
question that.
Yes.
Yeah, every once in a while, I'll look at the deed and see if they living there in what township.
Good thinking.
Yeah. I mean, all of it's probably.
I'm gonna check
I don't think it's really got.
This one?
Well, that's kind of what I was
Yeah. I mean, the technical stuff, we
There you go.
never do know.
Do we have 7 on here? We have 77.
That's good.
Yeah.
You need a lot of choices.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
It'll just help me keep the
Lindsay?
names
We
right.
got full house
I
today.
can copy.
Bridge is there.
Do you need more copies of that?
Yeah.
Yes.
We put a dent in it, but I don't think we're gonna make it.
No, we're close.
Yeah,
We'll blame it on Jim.
Because yours
Not me,
after that.
personally.
Hey, don't wait have to.
you still got 4 minutes, you're good, keep going,
4 minutes.
keep going.
I don't know whether they'll make it.
Well, you're not gonna make it to the end in 4 minutes,
It's
but.
probably Kings anyway.
We'll have a big percentage.
Oh,
Yeah.
This one,
I only see
Uh,
6 laying on the
Those things
table.
last forever.
6, 7 on here.
So,
Yes.
okay. All right. Got quite a pile there.
Yeah.
I need to get
Uh,
some more chairs.
We got one over here, I think we're good.
Well,
I'll stand up here like a bad old boy.
We'll bring a chair.
I didn't know he
We can see you right
Just
there
turn
either.
it
Should
over.
I don't think,
Yeah, that is.
Put your chair
I
down.
know.
Jeffrey, he's older than I am.
I know they really got you on camera.
Take a break. Sure.
Spoke to that again.
He's what?
Make sure you didn't really.
No, I'm trying to think, cause I've known him ever since I've been, he used to come in and deal all the
Yes,
time.
sir. No, sir,
Maybe
no,
he's-
we're not
he
here.
may be around.
We'll know today, we'll do.
So he's gotta be, Kelly just retired.
Yeah.
Kelly just retired last year.
Yeah. So that'd be-
No, you got one shot at it, one shot. Reverse auction, now that would be fun though, wouldn't it? How low can you go?
Getting the beard and more right here.
We'll start the bid.
Start the bids.
That's the final.
Yep. Maria.
Mark, after you're done with that one, if you guys just wanna stop and regroup, we'll regroup and do this,
Right.
what the people are really here for.
Well, we're all moving on, you know, all of a sudden the state thinks we're certified buildings, you know, no dot, I know, no dot, and we're bonded. They don't look at the list, these are all.
That's it.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Yes.
you need to wait a little bit, or?
Yeah.
I'll start right at 10.
We're ready. Do you need a letter opener?
Yeah, let's,
Okay. Okay, 1, 2.
And I can snipe it on the roof over there.
Hey,
no shade.
I want to thank all the contractors who came in today and all the people bidding on the bridges. We really appreciate it.
I'm gonna check with Amy and make sure she has.
Amy's got anything else? We got
It's 9:59. Have you received anything else? Okay.
well in the same minute.
I can check my email.
Mine's showing 10.
Let me double
Mine's showing
check.
10 exactly. Are you on 10?
I think this is everyone we're gonna get.
Yep, we're good. Thank you.
Okay,
Bye.
All
I
right,
guess we're ready to do bid
ready.
opening.
It is 10 a.m. We're
Yep.
gonna open bids for Henry County Southeast 91st Road Bridge Replacement Project, BRO R04231. Open them in order you receive them.
Okay.
First bid is Lewis Company. Lewis Company bids $765,767.18. That is $765,767.18. Next will be Mira Excavating.
Who is it?
Mira Excavating. Mira bids $914,176.20. $914,176.20. Next up will be KCI. KCI bids $949,949. $949,949. Next up will be Kale Seymour. Kale Seymour bids $856,063.54. $856,063.54. Next opening will be Hartman and Company. Hartman bids $890,000. Hartman bids $890,000. Next will be West Plains Bridge and Grading. West Plains bid $876,500. $876,500. With that, the apparent low bidder will be Lewis and Company, with the second being Kale Seymour. So, with first and second, please send their DDE and subcontractor information. I want to thank you all for your time and
What was the
participation.
engineer
Well-
estimate?
Engineer's estimate was $815,368.
One more time?
$815,368.
Okay.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank y'all very much.
What was that estimate? That was the project estimate.
Yeah, 815,368. I'm gonna look that up here.
Just gotta get one arm in one place, other arm on helping hand.
Well, I'll be. Well,
Thank you, gentlemen.
thank you. Lewis Cup. Boy,
Yeah, we've been winning several bids lately.
pardon?
They've been winning several bids lately.
Have they?
We have not actually started construction with them on any of the projects, but we've got at least 3 of the ones that we've bid over the last month or two, so.
How they doing?
They don't.
Are they doing?
Well, they haven't started on any of those yet. The first one will start probably in August.
Okay.
They are doing a MoDOT bridge up in, we have in Nottaway County right now. So everything I've heard is going well,
Been good?
but they are kind of a little bit newer to the Missouri area it come from, the main guy comes from the Iowa area, so.
You guys check apples for apples and
Yep.
oranges for oranges.
Yeah,
And
Bill.
prevailing wage. Do you
Yep.
guys pull prevailing wage reports on all of this?
Yeah, during construction, they are required to submit all their certified wage rates.
Okay. That's a sizable difference.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a size, I mean, I'm just gonna, the reason I'm wondering,
Sorry.
it's your
we only use
It
paint
is.
shops. I do.
Lindsay.
So I've been at probably thousands of these, and we've had people come in, they're $200,000 is a lot of money we've laid on the table. I just wanna make sure there's no issues with how they perform, quality and stuff like that.
I don't need it.
The first time they've been on one of the projects we put up, we did a very thorough check of their references.
Mhm.
And the main guy had done a lot for Iowa
It'd be
DOT,
Jake's
and they
bridge
spoke
on
very
this.
highly
Yeah,
of the
be
foreman.
Jake, he'll be with you.
Don't know
Honestly,
necessarily
that's
his crew underneath
considering
him and
that's
everything,
that's
but
actually pretty
You're
tight
always
spread.
good at doing
Exactly.
it. Unfortunately,
so
Yeah.
until they actually get started on the projects, then we'll know for
It
sure.
was
But
pretty close.
either they're just, I think
So
they're kind of low right
90,000,
now,
just
just
a
trying to
little
get
over
into the market and
$90,000
everything.
was
but-
That's right.
a lot of people get into it.
Yeah.
Taking something
The big, they are
Yeah.
cheaper, but it's hard to
And
say.
I'm good with
They've been,
that.
they've been undercutting a lot.
And I wonder,
But there's also,
I know Donnie,
It's a bit different too.
yeah.
he called, he's wondering about concrete. He wanted to get hold of all the construction people.
Probably one of the,
He wanted to bid on that with them.
okay.
So I don't know, anyway, I said, hey, I'm not into it, you need to talk to the river.
Yeah. I don't think we got a call from anyone. What was this?
Well, concrete, Donnie Wilson, he called, he was one of the contractors, I said, I don't know who it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I said, you need to talk to Rick Rivers and they can, that'd be put on the bid deal if they wanted to.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so that's kinda where it was.
Yep.
But I think he was, and he's the one, I guess, pouring concrete up this bridge. And everybody, everything I've heard, boy, he's been right on it. Checked everything. Well, the concrete's good. Anyway,
Just out of curiosity, was this company here, the company that won the bid, was they here?
Yes, it was her.
is the one,
Sorry.
Yeah. something back there.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the fella sitting in the back on the very back?
No, it's this lady.
Uh-uh.
Next,
This one?
Uh-huh, no? Okay,
She's a student.
okay,
she's sitting,
We see her often.
gotcha. I don't know who he was then.
Jim Wise was with the Lewis Company.
He must have, was he, that's why I didn't even know if he was here.
Oh, I think he. I think
Jim
he was,
Wise?
Yeah, I think he was the gentleman sitting over there.
Yeah.
yeah, sitting
Okay.
here at the end. I think,
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity.
So yeah, we'll review the bids and everything, and then write up a concurrence letter, get you guys a bid tab as well.
Okay.
Yeah, which each
Yeah.
contractor bid on each item and everything, and then we'll ultimately submit all that to MoDOT if you guys are
Okay.
sign off on it, so probably
that'll
be
be good.
next week. Send that
Yep.
over.
Next week?
Yep.
All right.
Sounds good.
Lindsay,
Yes.
do you know of start date on that?
No, we'll have to see, once we get it all clarified with them and do official award and everything, then we'll get it on their schedule. But what we have the completion date listed on that one,
I think it was July.
yeah, so. Probably, we'll see if they've got any openings this year, but a lot of them have been saying beginning of next year.
Yeah, we've had to push it out to next year. But obviously, we saw a very good showing. Like,
Yeah.
Typically, we get 2 or 3. So-
Yeah, I was surprised to
I was
have that
shocked
many.
too.
Yeah.
So that was
Last
more
time
than
we
the
had
last one.
3.
Yep.
I did 3 or 4.
I was kind of surprised Gene Hale didn't show up.
I know, no. For your guys' next bridge, the one on Northwest 700 as well, that you were recently awarded by MoDOT for that one. What they're waiting on to be able, for us to be able to proceed with doing an engineering services contract is a letter from you guys saying who you have selected as an engineer. So
Oh,
this is kind of an example letter, and then this also is a independent cost estimate. And so these are 2 things that need to go to MoDOT, not through us.
okay. Go to you, or go down.
So
to
go,
MoDOT.
go directly to this guy at
Oh,
MoDOT.
Zach?
Yes.
Maybe. Yep.
And then once you guys send that on, he'll probably shoot us a message saying that you guys can proceed with an engineering service contract, and then we'll get that prepared, and then we can move forward with designing that bridge as well.
I'm gonna put all this.
Sounds good.
If you guys choose to select us.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or anything? We've got construction going on. The other one, and it seems they got the bridge deck poured, and so
Yeah.
we're just doing the backfilling, and be able to get that one open here.
And
the
they're
next-
right on target.
Yeah, I think they've got
Yeah.
2 weeks or so left to be able to
Yeah.
finish that one out, so.
I think
got
they
a
was
little bit
wanting to
of
do something that,
water on that
Yeah,
one at
not a
one
big
point,
deal.
but
Yeah, no, but that guy, Jake, was it Jake?
Yep.
He
Jake.
came in here last week.
last week,
good.
Everything's going well.
yeah, all of them, whoever's been on's been in here about for a week.
Yeah.
Trying to give us some, and he sends us email and sends pictures and everything here.
Mhm.
I'll put it in, I'll just save it in the folder and have it all. It's
Good.
kinda neat to have it.
Yeah, kind of shows you guys the progress. They go fast once they get into construction, so we want to make sure
That's
you guys
right.
can see them and everything.
It is.
But once they get it completed, we'll get a walkthrough set up and everything. We'll go out to the bridge and
Alright.
look at it and take some
Okay.
photos and that type of thing too.
That'd be great.
Sounds good.
Okay,
All right, well, let us know
Thank
if you
you,
need
Lindsay.
anything. Yeah.
thank y'all.
Thank
Thank
you.
y'all.
You guys have a good.
You need anything else from me? I have got one response from MoDOT that I'm working on getting back to them on.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big difference in
That's
bids,
the
huh?
only
Tally,
thing that I've
huh?
got.
Well, from that
From
one
the
compared to the other.
I think we're pretty well.
You wanna take us up
Your contest.
Tuesday? Sure.
And they're keep.
Sure.
What we can do now, do them?
Yeah, Tuesday.
We still got,
Like the bridge built a year and a half ago.
Michael
We'll have to
his
send
name
that
down.
in to MoDOT
Bid
to get them to do it.
It's typical.
Okay, and then,
They do that.
y'all wanna try to get them real quick?
Yes.
All right, take care.
You have an
Say Michael wrote his name
on
down.
the list to
Mike?
speak. Yes.
Okay, Mike, go ahead. We'll go and get you right quick. If you don't mind, we're gonna be a stamping too at the same time.
About a month ago, I was here and I was asking you, Jake, about the lawyer fees, about how much you're willing to spend.
Mm-hmm.
How much are you willing to spend on this?
Well, as long as, I guess what we gotta spend in order to make things right. I don't know if there's an actual number on it that I'm looking at, but,
As of May 6th, we're up to over $28,000. Now, I haven't requested this month's, how much they spent this much.
Mhm.
So I'm sure it's up over that already. And last time I asked you, how much are you willing to spend to do this? And you said you haven't thought about it. Now you've had a whole month to think about it. How much are you willing to spend?
I guess what I'm willing to spend is whatever it's gonna take.
So is this how you conduct your own finances? Do you just write checks until, blank checks forever? Do you, I guess what I'm asking is, do you care about how you're spending the taxpayers' money?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Enough to put some thought into it?
Yes,
Okay, how much are you willing to spend?
I don't have a number to put on it.
So you haven't put any thought into it?
No, I put thought into it, just haven't put a number
Let's
to it.
go the same way.
You do realize that makes no sense. Are you wanting to get reelected again?
Yes, I am. But that's how I'm gonna
Okay,
answer
so
your question,
you're willing
Mike.
to spend enough to make this right. What does making this right look like?
Well,
The people don't want the chapter 100
Yeah.
overwhelmingly. No, they don't.
well, I'm not gonna talk about that right now. It's all in litigation. We're gonna leave
Okay,
it
so
there,
you
and
said
that's
you're
what it's
willing
gonna
to
say.
spend an amount to make things right. What does making things right look like?
I guess, for the chapter 100 to go through.
So you're gonna spend 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. There's a man that comes in here almost weekly, trying to get about $1,500 worth of road work done to his, out in front of his house, that he believes is the county's responsibility. You shoot him down every time because you're not willing to spend $1,500 for Charlie, but you're gonna spend hundreds of thousands of dollars for this, so that your friends can keep their contracts.
It was pre-worked out before me, Michael, so.
Yeah, but you got voted in because the people didn't want this. You and Mark both. So don't try to put the responsibility on the last guys. I mean,
I said it got worked out before me. I just voted for it to go on through.
So you have done every single thing that Dale Lawler would have done if he would still be here. So what did you run on? What platform are you running on? Because you've done everything that Dale Lawler would have done.
I said I would look into things. I looked into it, and then I made the best decision going forward. And that's the best I can do.
So you met with the solar panel company over a dozen times after you were elected, before you even sworn in, didn't tell us about that. Who did you talk to on the other side to look into it?
I've talked to numerous lawyers and judges.
So you haven't talked to the people
I've
that
talked to
voted
the
you in.
people that called me, left messages, I've called
Well,
back.
see, when I was down there getting the petition signed the last few weeks, I had dozens of people tell me they tried calling you numerous times and you never responded back to them.
There's a few that I haven't made a
Can you explain
comment back.
what you do for your paycheck here?
Whatever is asked of me.
Well, I'm asking you, how much money are you willing to spend of the county's taxpayers' money on fighting this?
And like I said, whatever it takes.
So whatever the lawyer tells you, the
Yeah.
guy who's getting paid,
No, not whatever the lawyer tells me. It's whatever is best for the county.
Jake, I'll be back here again. Hopefully you'll have a better answer next time.
Okay.
Lindsay that's with Great River, her last name is Chapin, right?
Huh?
Chapin, Lindsay with Great
Yeah,
River, her last
Chapin.
name's Chapin, right? I'll make sure I had the right Lindsay.
Yeah. Something like that.
I knew Zach's last name, but I wasn't for sure on hers. Chapin, C-H-A-F-I-N.
Oh, about 50 or so? Maybe not that many.
I'm glad you didn't leave my milk crate, because I wasn't quite sure. Those things are flimsy. They're not the good ones.
What'd you find, Kelly? Really studying something over there.
Water damage on that.
I think two of them chairs come out here, Kelly. Oh, wait, one does.
Looking, I'll just close the door like everybody else does. I'll look at it.
Out of sight, out of mind.
No, mention it to Chris to see if it's something new or something that's been there. Thank you, Dennis.
Well, Mark, at least I don't see your stack above your computer anymore.
You don't see what?
Your stack
Oh,
above your
yeah.
computer anymore.
Yeah.
The heck of a staff. That's good. We're gonna get it. Okay, I didn't think we'd make it. John Armstrong. Yeah.
I could probably go find some more if you guys just
Nope.
want.
I'm
Oh,
gonna be
okay.
gone. Okay.
That's nice.
If they didn't get it done last night, they'll have it done today, the rest of the bridge on, Northwest 400, stripped of all the forms and everything. So, they started doing a little bit of backfilling. Once they get a little more backfilling done, we're gonna put the rock blanket in and then, start putting up guardrail next week. So, I would say probably end of next week, first of the week after, they'll schedule a walkthrough for you guys to go up and walk, make sure every bridge is done to your satisfaction and everything. And then when you guys sign off on it, that's when I'll turn in my little book I've been keeping track of everything with. So, otherwise, we're still trying to mow when we're not dealing with 2 inches of rain, and, we got the arm mowers out mowing today. Brush hog, I still think it's a little too muddy to get it off in the ditches, so we'll probably hold off a day or two on it and get it back out going Monday. Otherwise, everything's going fine. As soon as we start getting beams in, we'll start working on one of the 2 bridges, whichever one we get the beams in first on. As soon as I find out a contract date on 100 Road, if it ain't gonna interfere with them, I'm gonna go ahead and start the paperwork on it. But if it ain't gonna interfere with them, we might go ahead and jump out there and replace that bridge on 100 in Bethlehem Township. It's just as you go across the old truss bridge that they're gonna build, when you turn to the right, go down there about a mile, there's a weight restricted bridge down there. I think it's 12 ton. Might as well get it knocked out of the way if it ain't gonna interfere with the contractors while they're building that big bridge. So, otherwise, I checked on a Distomat, so I could get an accurate measurement on these roads, and you're looking around $2,000. So if you guys wanna proceed with that, we can go ahead and purchase it.
Is it gonna be helpful to you?
It,
Is it worth it to you?
it's gonna get a more accurate reading on these roads, because they break it down like 1.56 or whatever. Well, right now, I'm just breaking it down 1.5 and guessing on how much further I went.
Then you
It's a
could be
guessing
off,
game.
you could be off.
And I could be off quite a
Quarter
bit,
mile.
and it could, it could elevate your guys' tax, funds and stuff.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
I'd do it.
I think it's probably good, especially if we're going to all,
Distomat,
if we're going,
DMI, distance measuring instrument.
going to all the trouble to do what we're doing, we need to make sure it's right.
And before I get fired back up on this, I need to check with MoDOT and make sure that one of their persons does not need to ride with us when we do it that way. I'm
Yeah.
not doing it, turning it in, they say, oh, we gotta have somebody ride with you now.
Yeah, that's a
So-
good idea.
So I'm gonna check with
Call
MoDOT, and
Zach.
make sure that we don't have to have one of their sidekicks with me.
I don't think Hannah's in, back yet. Well, she may be. Has it been 6 weeks? She may be back. Hannah or Zach down there?
I've been dealing with Zach on everything.
Yeah, okay. All right. Then that's fine.
I just emailed Zach and within a day he emails it back, so.
Sounds good.
Mark, you got anything
Yeah.
for me? I did pass your name and number on to that person up there in Honey Creek on Northwest 700. So I'm sure she'll be giving you a call. But just like I explained to her, I told everybody that was involved how it's gonna be done. And so, anyway, she might be in touch with you. Jake, you got anything? Jim, you got anything? Kelly, you got anything?
I'm good.
Do I got anything in the office?
Not that I'm aware of, sir.
I don't see Amy anyway. You guys have a good day.
See you, Dennis. Kelly, on that special road tax or that just the road and bridge tax that we talked about, can that be, if award, if it's passed, can that money be used to pay off equipment or pay for equipment? I couldn't remember what you said. I thought you said it could only be used on the roads and couldn't be used to purchase equipment, but
I don't know the answer to that question off the top of my head. I know that it has to be used for special road, and when I say that, I don't know that that includes equipment, because that would be to maintain the roads, so I don't know that
that was
would
the
be.
question, yeah. that got
So they
presented
have
to
a
me.
general revenue fund, and then they have a road and bridge, so and then it's just an extra road and bridge.
Right,
But, they couldn't pay an employee or pay for, their light bill or whatever the case may be out of that. It has to do with road and bridge. That's what their GR's for, is operating. The other funds have to be spent on the roads
okay.
and bridges. So, I don't know about equipment. I don't know why that wouldn't, I can look, but
Is it just stating in the statute?
I don't know if it would state in the statute what it would. I think it just says on special road and bridge. It does, I don't think it outlines it that deep, if that makes sense. Bless you.
Thank you.
It just says to be used for road and bridge purposes and for no other purpose whatsoever, except that the term road and bridge purposes may include certain stormwater control projects off right-of-ways that are directly related to roads and bridges.
What tax is
So if it get off and Just
Special
making-
road tax.
like terracing's different roads like that, could get involved in it.
On the tax forms, it's that column right there, the RB special.
Bridge special.
Yeah.
It can exceed
It what?
35 cents, I think is the most that they can go for on that.
Okay,
I
It
mean, there's a
can't?
cap. I don't think
Okay.
I think there's a cap on that. Good morning.
okay, so,
Hi, guys. You guys ready for us?
yeah,
Okay,
just waiting for you to come up.
so it's not gonna take very long.
Okay.
Just want to give you guys kind of a status update on what we've done for Henry County as of today. For those that were affected by the May 19th storms that we've had. So far, we've sent down over 15,000 pounds of bottled water, food boxes down to everybody that's been affected down in Henry County. We spent a couple, 3 days handing them out individually, and then using Snyder's Corner as kind of our centralized hub for people down along ZZ and along Z Highway that was affected.
They're still having issues with, during our last storm that we had, they had power outage for 4 or 5 hours again down there. So, they're really ready to kind of get back to normal. Yesterday, we delivered several what they call care packages from the Salvation Army. They're large bags filled with toilet paper, rubber gloves, Lysol, pet deodorizer, all kinds of cleaning supplies to help people out that had the damage. We're also receiving from the Salvation Army gift cards that we are going to be handing out from $15 to $200, where they can go to Walmart, get supplies, food, drink for their family, whatever else that they might need. And then the American Red Cross started today going to all 3 counties, including Henry, for those that have sustained minor, moderate, and heavy damage. And they are going to be financially assisting them with a sign up and financial funds to help them maybe with insurance deductibles or and again, one of the biggest things that we think that'd be a big hardship, a lot of these people had trees on top of their cars, their trucks, that are just liability. I mean, they lost it. So these are ways that can actually help, with that process a little bit. I know Tiffany, our intern, if you guys recall, she was very instrumental into getting, say, like Baptist response team down to help with cutting of trees around the property on their house. We had Team Rubicon come down. The Baptist response team did within, I believe, 50 feet of the house. Okay, around the house, and then Team Rubicon came in and they'll do anything on the property. So, if you're sitting on an acre lot, then they'll take care of all the trees that were down outside of your home on your property. So they're still down there cutting, and I believe I got a call yesterday on my cell phone from the Baptist response team, and they're still down there cutting wood. So we had some great resources that went down into our county to help the people out. So obviously our county did not get the label to be able to have federal or state assistance, but we're still trying everything we can to try to get as much resources down there to those people as we can. So just kind of want to let you guys know kind of what's going on. And in case you guys get any calls, I know that predominantly in your area.
Right.
But if you get any calls, feel free to send them over to us. And like I said, we'll continue to take reports of anybody that might need some help and try to get whatever assistance we can down to them.
Okay,
Sounds good.
Okay.
that's good.
Okay, so, I feel like I need to be more like Dennis. Mark, you have anything? All right, guys, we appreciate it.
Bye. See y'all later. Bye.
Quick.
Okay. Y'all know anything, or y'all want to go and stay in session? I'm gonna leave.
I don't know of anything
I
else.
don't know anything that we need to go through. I think we've
So,
covered everything.
Right.
I asked Kelly the question.
In question.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Motion been made, second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Can't believe we got all them done. Good. I thought I was